Why is the reception so bad here?
Looks like your real-life version of Plague Inc. has worked a little too well, Doctor.
I think not. It's working just fine. I needed to show how weak mankind is by unleashing COVID-19 in the first place. Though this wouldn't have been the first time I unleashed a strain of coronavirus onto the world. But it's not the real enemy here. Fear and mass hysteria are the real viruses here.
On that we agree. It's funny to watch people panic and stir out of control as they lose themselves into helplessness. Though I'm surprised that our Urkin enemies haven't responded to this yet.
I am also surprised. Realistically, Daniel could just use his Infinity Gauntlet to immediately cure the disease, and then subjugate all humans under his will, becoming their savior. And yet he doesn't.
I think he's too soft. For someone who has ruthlessly conquered other worlds before, he's certainly struggling with this one. Why is that?
Because it's his home. It means a lot to him, as it once did to me. I know he wants to take over the world, and he's not wrong to covet that ambition, as I once thought of doing the same. But I threw that goal aside because I thought to myself, would I really want that? Humans are so stubborn by nature, they would never see eye to eye with my values.
Oh, there are some who might.
And there's the word, some.
Body
Once
told me
that we live in a society. Jokes aside, I really doubt that mankind will be so easily conquered. There are too many people to worry about. Too many differing ideals. I don't want to rule the world, but I do want to change it. All I want is to kill off the weak, the idiotic, and all who stand in my way. I only want to see the best of humanity. I want to see real change happen. A change that can bring us to a simpler time. A time not ruled by paranoia and ignorance. And it's because of my ideas and my values that I continue to wonder why Dan considers me an enemy.
And you honestly think that he would ever consider you as an ally?
Well, not really, but I believe we could reach an impasse. I've only ever met him in person once, and when I mentioned our similarities, he didn't object. True, I was accompanied by other evildoers who had much more to say, especially Hester, but I still believe he acknowledged what I said.
If I didn't know any better, I would have assumed your intentions are to save the world.
Look, I know you want to bring forth Armageddon, but you and your demons can do that another time. But for now, this is my plan. Continue to watch humanity cower in fear at my latest creation. And if the Urkins find the cure for the disease before the humans do, then I will have no choice but to unleash the secret weapon.
The what?
Bionic Hazard, bring forth the latest experiment.
You didn't tell me you were bringing a secret weapon, Zolostene.
That's Dr. Zolostene to you, Mortis.
Dr. Zolostene has been working on this experiment ever since the 1960s. He has collected every species and subspecies of coronavirus, and I have been keeping them safe for him in this case. Would you like me to open it, Master?
Yes.
What exactly am I looking at here?
I have combined every single strand of coronavirus into a single superorganism I call Megacorona. I always wondered what it would be like if you could take a microorganism and make it big enough to physically interact with. How would it behave? Would it acknowledge the world around it? Would it try to interact with other life forms? Could it even conceptualize? However, I needed more than science to answer these questions. The receptor of pestilence, I have mutated this amalgamation into a perfect living plague.
If there's one thing I've enjoyed being a part of the Deep Creeps, it's witnessing your morbid creativity. I say we release it now!
No, it's not ready yet!
Dr. Zolostene's endgame is to wait until it grows to the right size. Only then will he release it onto the world.
How big are we talking about?
About the size of a house.
Oh, that actually sounds pretty cool. I suppose I should leave you to your pet.
My pet, huh? Perhaps that's what you really are.
Master, might I suggest mutating it further so that its size and intelligence increase simultaneously?
Let's.